Hey, 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 and welcome to Lunch Break with Shel. My name is Shel Anderson, and I'm an independent demonstrator located in Canada. You can find me on YouTube and Facebook under Stamp with Shel, and I can be reached anytime by email at stampwithshel2022@gmail.com. I'd like to thank you for joining me for Lunch Break with Shel today. We are going to be having a play with the Flowers of Friendship bundle that's in the annual catalog. For the purpose of today's card, we are only going to be using the stamp set. And I've also chosen one of the layering circles dies. I've used the largest circle. We're also going to need Memento Tuxedo Black ink, Pool Party ink, and a blending brush. My card base today is Magenta Madness. I have a basic black matte layer, a basic white art piece, and a basic white layer for the inside of our card. I've also taken that circle die, and with the same size cardstock, I have cut a circle so that I can use this as a mask. Now, just to make my life a little bit easier, what I'm going to do is take a couple little pieces of washi tape and put on here so that I don't have to worry about this slipping or sliding when I'm doing my inking. I'm just taping the front to the back together, and then I don't have to worry about it. All right, we are going to get started. We are going to ink up our blending brush. Let me bring in some scrap paper here. I always like to get started off the side, and we're going to work our way in and add some color. I'm not pressing hard. I'm just pressing very lightly in a circular motion. You can do this technique with any color you wish. It's just to take a little bit of the whiteness off the card and give us a background. Actually, I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to grab, this is just water, and I'm going to put some in my hand and flick some on here. Just to give it a kind of a mottled, you'll see, I don't know whether you can see it yet, but it's starting. Bring it up closer to the camera. Can you see how that water is reacting with the paper? Pretty cool, eh? All right. We're going to peel this off. Let me dry my hands off. And reveal our background. Now I'm going to keep this. I'm going to put this in my circle die case so that I can use it another time. And we'll just peel off and dispose of that washi tape. Now, just to speed this process up a little bit, I'm going to grab my heat tool. I can get it plugged in here, and I am going to dry this. We want to stamp over the top of this, so we need this to be dry so that our ink doesn't smear. Now you can just set it aside and let it dry, or you don't have to do the water droplets if you don't want to. It's your personal preference. I just thought it gave a little bit of something something to the background. There we go. We'll put that noise away. All right. Now, let's move on to our stamping. I have this flower border stamp. I thought I would use this on the inside of the card. And I'm going to bring in the Magenta Madness ink for this. And I thought I'd just run this along the bottom just to give it a little interest. Something like that, just to pretty up the inside. All right, that's it for magenta. That was kind of an afterthought, to be honest. Now I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus, and we are going to load our paper. And I want to make sure that my paper's held in place well. Now I'm thinking something like that. Actually, I might look for another magnet or two here. Just want to make sure that this stays in place. And as you can see, I'm making really good and sure of that. And then I'm going to stick my greeting right here. And we're going to pick those up and stamp those all at once in Memento black ink. Make sure I'm on camera here. And I like using my Stamparatus for this because if I need to stamp it again, I'm able to do that in the same exact position. And as I suspected, I am going to want to stamp it one more time. I think I'm going to do the flower. I'm going to take off the greeting. I'm happy with the greeting. I'm going to take that off. And I am going to do the flower portion a third time. These lines are so fine, and I really like to have crisp black images. Look at that. Made all the difference in the world. All right. We will cover up our ink. And we'll get rid of this. And now we get to put our card together. I'm going to bring in my Tombow. And we are going to add the liner to the inside of the card. When I was designing this card, I specifically chose the magenta and the black because I think those colors are going to pop against one another and look fabulous. So now we're going to layer this art piece on the black layer. I like using Tombow for this because number one, it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. And number two, when there's warping from using water or using heat, Tombow is the answer. Okay, I got glue all over my fingers. There we go. Now I'm going to use dimensionals. Pop this up on dimensionals. Give it a little bit of lift. There we are. Now we'll just remove those backings. Maybe. This is the girl with no fingernails. All right. And now we're going to pop this on the front of our card. I'm going to have to stand this up so I can see it here. There we go. We'll press that in place. And now I'm just reaching over to the side here to grab my matte black dots. I think this is going to be the answer. And we will put one up there. And one down here. One more right there. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. And I don't know whether the camera's picking up the water droplets in there, but I really, really like that. I'm not going to color the image. I'm going for the simple. A little bit of glue on there. Let's get that off. There we go. Really going for the simple look here. And then our inside has those little flowers at the bottom. All right, my friends, that is it for today's lunch break with Shel and the Flowers of Friendship from the annual catalog. You'll catch me here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at noon at Central Standard Time. I have orders that go in, weekly workshop orders, that goes in Wednesday mornings at 8 a.m. If you live in Canada and you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to earn your business. Contact me, please. You can reach me anytime by email at stampwithshel2022@gmail.com. Bye-bye.